Now I'm wondering if I should send the German version or the English version. Good morning. So I'm writing a murder mystery game for a client. Um, I talked a little bit about this project in a recent video. It was a work with me video where I'm responding to feedback from our user testing. And while coding that feedback, I saw that that some feedback was due to something lost in translation. Now, this is the second round of testing that we've done with this murder mystery game, and in the first round of testing, there was a pretty significant amount of plot points that were lost in translation between English and German. Um, so this time around, the client and I decided that we would try to use tools other than DeepL. And yeah, he suggested using ChatGPT to translate the German translation back into English so I could read it and then, excuse me, and find where those gaps are within the story plot. So I asked ChatGPT. I'm writing a murder mystery game for a client. However, the client speaks German and the product needs to be written in German. I've written elements of the game in English, but as we are translating, some aspects of the plot seem to be lost in translation. Can you help me translate English to German correctly for this murder mystery game? Um, ChatGPT responded, absolutely. It gave me some pointers of how to translate and what German grammar rules I need to watch out for. Then I thought about how I was going to actually accomplish my goal, which was just to be able to understand the German translation of my writing. So I thought, okay, should I send the the German or should I back translate into English? Take a look at what I did. Now I'm wondering if I should send the German version or the English version. So this is the German version. So you can see that I decided to copy and paste the German version into ChatGPT and have it translated back into English. So my prompt was just like I have a character sheet that was translated into German from my original writing in English, and I needed back translated into English. And then I copy and pasted the German version right after that and hit send. Looks like I'm going to be able to use ChatGPT to translate the German into English, read it, make my edits, and contact the client on what isn't exactly translated correctly. As I'm reading, of course, I'm seeing that the translation doesn't use correct English grammar. Like, there's so many missing commas, but I'm not concerned about that at the moment because when it translates back into German, the client is going to need to edit for copy in German. So I have to think maybe as I'm editing, um, as I'm editing for correctness in translation at this point, maybe I'll add in the grammar that I know is correct for English and then translate that again. Well, I'll contact the client, make sure he understands whenever I see something that has been translated incorrectly as far as plot and character goes. Um, but maybe, I don't know, do I need to edit grammar before I hit that translate button to translate it back to German in order for it to translate it correctly? I don't know. So that's something that I'll think about when it gets to that point. But right now, um, first, my first thing I need to do, my first priority is to just make sure that it's all accurate in what I had written originally. Now that it was translated to German, I want to read it in English and fill in any blanks. So this is a project for another time. I just wanted to ask ChatGPT to see if it could help me with this, and looks like it can, so yeah. Cool. Well, this is work for another day, but I'm glad I worked this out. I see how I would be able to edit German by using ChatGPT to translate the client's German translation back into English so that I can read what the client has done on his end. Interesting. Yeah. So, looking at the response, I asked myself, okay, do I want to translate, um, do I want to back translate the German of my English back into English, or do I want to translate my original English into German? So, right, I mean, I could try both ways, but the first thing I tried was to translate the German back into English so I could read it. Today I'm going to try to and see what happens when I translate my original into German. Okay. So Angel Baby here, German um, character sheet, and I've copy and pasted that into ChatGPT to translate it into English. And when I have time during the week, my next task is to read the English version of everything that has been translated into German and find the errors and fix them that way. The errors in translation. But today, out of curiosity, what we're going to do is, let's see, do I have my, let's see if I have my English version open. All right, I have my English version open. I'm just going to scroll down to the Angel Baby character sheet. Got all the characters here. This is an older version. We definitely need to find a better organization system while I'm working with my client who's in Germany, for sure. Okay. All right. You can see what's going on here. So one comment that I got was that all introductions were the same, so and that hindered gameplay. And I was wondering what they meant by all introductions were the same for character roles, because of course each character role has been written out to the character. So, but let's see, profile and backstory. Now let's jump to the backstory here. So backstory in German. Alright, so I think this is the backstory in German. And I'm going to translate that into English so I can compare. Okay, so this is ChatGPT. And I want to make sure that I'm looking at the right thing in German. So, back. Setting. Alright, so after setting, that's what we're looking for. I don't know if setting is the same word in German or he did that for me. I don't know. let's take a look. Okay, so there's no setting here. Profile and backstory is what we're looking for. Okay, that's ChatGPT's translation. Let's go back to my original English writing. I mean, there's no meaning lost between the two. So I think that's what I'm gonna have to do for everything I've written and highlight when I do see meaning lost, because you see that ChatGPT is condensing my words, making it a little more succinct, but not it's not losing meaning. So for this paragraph at least, but I know in some areas it must have translated meaning out of it because players aren't understanding some key clues. So yeah, that's my next task. I'm gonna have to find out where those areas are. But with ChatGPT, it looks like I will be able to do that and translate.